I'm from Los Angeles, everybody. He, him, kale, Whole Foods. No, that has not been my experience. People think Los Angeles is superficial because of Hollywood. I've had people that have never been here literally to my face go, ugh, LA is so fake. And when they say the word fake, it echoes through my whole body, and I get a PTSD flashback to that one time that I got stabbed by a Dodgers fan. I also remember when a meth addict shot my dog. LA feels real to me. Feels very real. No one's ambivalent about Los Angeles, too. People either love it or they hate it. Like, the people that hate it are like, oh, the traffic, Hollywood. The people that love it don't even call it Los Angeles. They call it Hollywood. And they get really excited. They're like, oh, my God, you're from Hollywood. You guys make all the movies. I'm like, you guys, really? There's millions of people in Los Angeles. Some actors, producers, directors, and just a handful of pedophiles make all the movies. Everyone else is just like buttering toast and watching Judge Judy. Like, it's a very normal place. Oh, man. I was actually born close here. I was born at General Hospital in Los Angeles. And my mom told me something crazy. I talk to my mom a lot because she's cool. And I'm like super cool. And I found out my mom was in labor with me for like 16 hours. I was her firstborn child, and she refused the epidural because she didn't want complications, and she didn't want me to be born on drugs. And don't feel bad. I caught up in my 20s, all right? I was not a straight-age baby for very fucking long. My mom had 4 kids, all natural births for all four of us. 0 pain medication, not even a Tylenol PM, nothing. My little sister weighed 10 pounds at birth. She was born with like a full head of hair. She looked like an Eskimo. I'll tell you right now, if I was giving birth to a 10-pound baby, not sober, all right? They're like, let me get the epidural now, and can you guys pour me a whiskey sour to take the edge off in the meantime? That nurse isn't doing shit. Ma'am, can you blow cocaine into my vagina, please? I know you have it for that gum thing you guys do. Go get the medical grade vagina cocaine. My mom got me high on accident for the first time, though. She was the first person to get me intoxicated. She had me in Los Angeles, went to Mexico. There's this tradition called the cuarentena, where for 40 days your family takes really good care of you, and they feed you really healthy food so you can breastfeed the baby, and it's really healthy. Well, it was 1989. My father was on cocaine. It's confirmed. And my mother... So on the 41st day, he was like, that's it, you're done breastfeeding, we're gonna go party. And he dragged my mom to downtown Tijuana, and they went to Las Pulgas and La Revolucion, and they were listening to Gloria Trevi and fucking Jose, who's like the Elvis of Mexico. And my grandmother was just babysitting me, and I was crying because I was hungry, so I was just like, wah, wah. She had curlers in her hair, and there was vomit on her moo-moo. And my mom came home so drunk, she just passed out on the couch. And my grandmother grew up in a little bubble in Mexico. She has 0 education. She didn't know that alcohol goes into breast milk. So she took me and put me on my mom's blacked out titty to feed. So I had my first White Russian when I was 41 days old. My grandmother saw how much fun I was having. She poured herself one straight from the tap, lit a Camel Crush, popped the menthol ball. It was a fucking party, all right? Yeah. My mom's really cool. My mom is like, I know everyone loves their mom, but my mom is actually like way cooler than me. My mom was born in Mexico, and she came to the United States so that we would be American citizens, which I appreciate. Thank you, Mom. I don't know if you can hear this. And she went through the desert, she learned the route, and she helped some of her friends come into the U.S. so that they can start a life here. And I like telling that to my conservative friends. Then my mom used to illegally smuggle Mexicans into the country. They get a little flustered. They always say the same thing. It's very predictable. They say these words. They're like, you need to go through the proper channels. I'm like, you already live in the awesome place. If you're in a third world country, the proper channels is like inside of a barrel on a boat. Like, I can't wait to eat a cheeseburger on the Statue of Liberty. Fuck. Also, what is more American than just going into another country and just taking whatever the fuck you want? Literally the American dream. Every time whenever I see a dude selling corn, I fucking salute them. Like, you... I don't know if we should have an open border policy. All I know is that I live in Los Angeles and I love food, and the Hispanic people make all the fucking food, all right? Doesn't matter how exotic the restaurant, Armenian, Kenyan. They could find the lost city of Atlantis right now and open up a restaurant in Silver Lake. You go, your server is a fucking mermaid. There's a half octopus humanoid making rolls in the front. Go into the kitchen, there's at least 4 Mexicans, a Guatemalan, and a white dude with a criminal record. I promise you. With a spiderweb tattoo on his elbow. I want to do something a little bit different for the show. I want to do like a choose your own adventure joke. So I'm going to let you guys pick. Do you guys want, you can only pick one. Do you want an existential joke or do you want a fart joke? Wow. I've never got an existential before. This is the smartest crowd I've ever done. Everyone's always like, fart, pussy! Like, do the fart joke! So I used to be in the military. Thank you so much. Please don't apply. No, seriously. People get really jazzed up in the South. They're like, here's my daughter. I got kicked out early because of my extracurricular activities, okay? 2, I was a laboratory technician. My whole job was knowing who had herpes on base. That was it. And I never told because I'm a fucking patriot, all right? And you will go to prison because it's a HIPAA violation. I remember one day I was working in the lab with my buddy, and a full bird colonel came in, and he's like, I need volunteers now. And they didn't tell us what we were doing. We got scrubbed up, and we walked into a room, and like literally where you're sitting, there was a slab, and lying on the slab was an old, dead, morbidly obese man. And this is how old he was. I don't remember his age from his chart. He was at that age where old white dudes start to sprout like random tufts of hair on their body. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like shoulder, kidney, back of a knee. There's like no symmetry to it whatsoever. Like if you leave a potato out, here's an experiment for you to do. Leave a potato out for a couple of weeks. They start to have these like orange sprouts come out of them. That's how old he was. He was old potato, but in human years. And they wanted us to flip him from his back onto his stomach. And this guy weighed like 400 pounds, and it took like 3 of us to do it. And we were like rocking him. And when we finally flipped him over, I guess from all the built-up pressure and the decades of eating like shit, this man farted for like 3 minutes straight. Do you know how insane that is? It was the loudest, stinkiest fart. It was psychedelic, honestly, in nature. Like I started seeing sacred geometry just like come into my field of view. And I'm not mature at all, right? And there's a full bird colonel in the room and my boss's boss, and I'm trembling holding back laughter. Like, I'm pretty sure I damaged my nervous system that day. I was just like, fucking don't do it. And I looked over at my lab partner, and he was right here, and we had face masks on, but I could see that he was smiling with his eyes. And it fucking destroyed me. I started cry laughing like a fucking lunatic. Bent over, tears, snot, like at the hardest I had ever laughed up until that point. And I'm laughing, I'm like, fuck, I have abs. I've never seen them, but they fucking hurt. And I'm laughing, and the fart is still going. And then at some point, I stopped laughing, and I got like really choked up. Because I realized this is this man's very last fart. And are you truly dead if you're still making people happy? That was actually an existential fart joke for you guys.